Hello friends, welcome to the Angular 10 tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will see the Angular 10 folder structure. So in the previous tutorial, we have created the Angular application, like how we create our first Angular application in Angular 10. So today we are going to see like whatever the structure it created for the Angular application. We will go through one by one and we'll see like what is the use of particular file or the folder structure in Angular 10. So before that, like these are the some commands which generally we use to create an Angular application and to check some version of the node or npm Angular. So these are the some commands which we use to verify. And the next is like the about the folder structure. So this is the link before going through the folder structure. This is the link to download the like Visual Studio Code. In the previous tutorial also we have seen this link. So in this description section I am going to give this link, and please download Visual Studio Code because we are going to work in the Angular 10 using this Visual Studio Code only. So there are some folder, like in the previous tutorial we have created Angular 10 application and we have opened that application on the Visual Studio Code. So this application is look like this. This is the folder structure basically, and here we can see there are some folder like e2e, node module, src. So among all these folder and the files, some are very important and some are not that much important to see. So we will go through one by one. So basically like here we can see like e2e means end to end. This file is basically is used for the testing purpose. When we expand this folder, we can see like here it contains some folder. These are the folder like src, protector config.js and tsconfig.json. So basically this folder is used to like for the testing purpose, and it contain information from end to end. So basically like we will see first here like as a theoretical like what it is. So we have some src folder. This folder basically contain the necessary code file related to Angular application. So when we go to here, like this is the src folder, and here we can see like it contain like app folder, and then we can see like asset folder, environment, favicon, index.html. So this folder is very important folder because we whatever we are going to create like module, component, services, anything major work which we do with the Angular application, those comes under this src folder. So this is the very important folder which we are going to talk about. And under this src folder there is a one more important folder that is called app, because under this app only majorly we create component, module and any routing src folder. So whatever the important file we create under this app folder only. And this package.json, this is the newly file which we create which is introduced in the Angular 10. Like before Angular 10 this file was not introduced under this app folder. So basically this file is nothing but it contains the information about the packages. And like we can see like here in this you will see like it's a tree shaken. Like in the previous tutorial we have gone through a little bit like the unuseful things which we have in the application, it is not more in use, those comes as a tree shaken. So this is contain those kind of information, this package.json. And others are like app.routing.module. So this is a routing module. Like here if we want to communicate between the like from one component we want to call to the another component, then how we manage the routing, because Angular is a component based architecture, and if we want to communicate between the component, then we communicate using the routing. So we will see all these folder like component like all these folder one by one when we'll go through all the tutorials of this Angular. So this is a routing module, here we put the routing. And next is the css. So basically like here we can see like this is css folder, especially like if we want to give specific css for particular html page, then we give that css to this app.component.css file. So basically the entry point of this is like app.module.ts. So here we can see like from what is this module. like it's basically a combination of the like component and any module is there and the provider. So basically in this provider all the services comes, like whatever the service we are going to create, all those services we have to subscribe under this app.module.ts file. So here we have to give and the bootstrap. So basically it is for booting purpose. Like from here, like first of all, first application come to this app.module.ts, and from here it is where it communicate to the app.component. So it goes to the app.component.ts file here, and here we can see like this is a component file and it contains the selector is nothing but like here it is giving the app root, means it's just like a content placeholder, like we have seen in the ASP.NET. It's kind of a render body, like it put all the code, like whatever the HTML. See this app root, if you want to see, we can see like under when we go to this index.html file. So basically this is the index, this is the entry point of the application, and it replace this app root. It find where this app root, and this app root is here. We can go here. So it now this component is set under this index.html page, and it contain one template URL, and it is a component.html. like is for this particular component, this is the HTML page basically. And like for this specific, there is a one CSS also, like if this is CSS is applicable only for this HTML basic, not for other. Like if you want put global CSS, then there is a one style.css. So any CSS if we will keep here, it will be applicable for all the component or HTML page which we are going to have here. So this is a more about this app folder, and in the coming tutorials we will see in brief like what are the module, component, everything in the coming tutorial we will see. And the next is the asset folder. So basically this folder, like any image or something if we want to keep, so those things comes under the asset folder. And like we missed it out, one is the like this node module. So like if any package which we are going to install in our Angular application, so all the reference come and sit here, like whatever the reference and the package we have installed so far. So all the packages we can see here, like all the package, it contain the information, like under this Angular what all are the packages. So it contain all the information about the package installation. And index.html we have seen, this is the entry point of the application. And main.ts, so basically this is the main ts file it called from this angular.json file. So when you will come to this angular.json file, so basically like this is an important file, and it contain all the information about the entry point of the Angular application. Like here we can see the entry point is the src index.html, and the main file, that is the ts file, is basically here. So all the at the first time load, when we launch any Angular application, all things comes and sit under this angular.json file. Here we can see like the root, source root is the src, and prefix is the app. So it contain all the kind of information which comes at the first time when we launch the application, like all the JSON file and any application index file, whatever we want at the first time, it come and sit under this angular.json file. So that is about this one. And here like in the app we can see one specification file, like spec file. So the wherever we see any file which contain like spc keyword, it means that file, particularly that file is used for the testing purpose. So like if we going to create any component in the future tutorial, we will see like we will create any component or the module. So by default it create one specification file. So basically like that file is used for the testing purpose. So that is the meaning of that spec. And the next is like angular.json that we have seen, like it is used full for the entry purpose. Like at the first time, like when we launch the application, whatever the things is needed, all things is designed under this angular.json file. And the next is the karma.config. So basically this file is used for the testing purpose. Like if we are going to test any component or the modules, then this config.js, this file is important for that. Like this is done using the Jasmine, like karma Jasmine. This is the tool which is used by the Angular to testing the purpose, for testing purpose. And the next important files are package.json and package lock.json. So what is the use of these two? So the use of these two, like package, like if we install anything into the Angular, then all the packages definition comes under this package.json file. Like as of now we created this Angular application, so by default it created all these packages. We can see like Angular animation, common compiler. So all these packages is installed under this Angular application, and all the reference we can see here. And here we can see like one is dependency and another is the dev dependency. So basically these all are the package is for the development, like when we are going to develop an Angular application. So these are the these are the things which is used when we create our Angular application, and this dependency is used when we launch our application, and basically on the production, when our application on the production, then this library is used. So like that, like when we create any application, or when we like install any package to this Angular application, all those information comes and sit under this like this package.json. Like when we install all these packages, we can see under this node.module, like we have installed this Angular, and under this Angular we can see animation, CLI, common compiler. So all these information is sitting here as well. So this is the thing. So basically, like if we going to install any new thing, so first it check like what is the previous version, so based on that it installed the another version. So that is the thing. And next is like package lock.json. So like in this package.json we can see like for the Angular animation it giving this version, but package.lock. Like package dash lock.json contain all the internal, like for that, like for this animation package, for installing this animation package, what all are the internal packages is required. So all those detailed information it contained by the package lock.json. Like it contain all the basic information, like for particular, like for the dependency, what are the internal things is required. So all the detailed information is contained by the package lock.json. Like for particular package, what are the details for that, so those information contained inside this package lock.json. And the next is like this tsconfig.json. So basically this is for the testing purpose, like sorry, not for the testing purpose. This tsconfig is basically like we know Angular application, we write all the code into the TypeScript, but directly the TypeScript doesn't run on the browser. Like internally this Angular, what it do, it convert the TypeScript into the JavaScript, and then we can see any form onto the browser. So all those things is taken care by this tsconfig and like tsconfig app.json. So all these things you can go to this URL and you can see all these things. So this is all about like this tsconfig file. And apart from this, like we have some more, like here we can see like environment. So this environment is basically like it's useful for like where we want to run our application. Like currently here by default it is a production equal to false, like we are not running this application on the production. So like on which environment we want to run our application, so all those information is contained under this environment.ts folder. And yeah, so that is all about this folder structure of the Angular 10 application. Like we have gone through all the folder structure, but in the coming tutorials we will see more detail of the files, like when we implement our Angular application into the Angular 10. So all these things has written here, like this app folder, basically it contain file which we have created for app component, and following are the file which comes under app folder, like app component.css file, HTML file, and apart from this like a specification file, component file, and the module. So like all these things, when we go through all the application, then we will understand more about this one, like what are the module. Like it's also a TypeScript file which consists of all the dependency for the website. Like one module basically contain the component file and the service what we are going to create. So in the future tutorial we will see more about all these component and the module. In the next we have gone through like what is the angular.json, angular and package.json and package log.json. So these are the some important file for the angular application when we are going to work. And this is all about the angular 10 folder structure of the angular application. So if you have any question or doubt, please comment. Thank you.